Hi, welcome to Donegal Dad. I'm Mark. Hello to all my new subscribers, and if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. Today we're at the workbench and we're going to have a go at making some trees. So to make the tree, we're going to use some copper wire here to twist it to make the frame of the tree. And then we're going to use some seafoam to bulk it out, and then we'll cover it with some blended turf and some Gauge Master leaves. So here I have about 20 strands of copper wire. I've put them into chuck off a drill. What I'm going to do to twist it is about halfway up the strands I'm going to hold it with pliers, and then using very slow speed put an initial twist in. I'm wearing safety goggles just in case any of it flies around and goes off into my eyes. So there's the initial twist for the tree. So now we have the initial twist in for the main trunk of the tree. We now take off the wires and just twist them around to make a skeleton frame for the tree. So you can take as many wires as you want to twist to make the branches as thick or as thin as you want. So I'll carry on and do that now. So there's the basic skeleton of the tree. You can see I've stuck it in a piece of wood. I've put a washer at the bottom. And then what I'm going to use is some acrylic filler. And I'm going to put this liberally over the tree. Now you can get this in a brown colour and various other colours. When I went to the hardware store, they only had white, which I can spray up. So cover it over. And then you want to use just a normal paintbrush, make sure it's wet, and just smooth it on using light strokes, just so it gives an even covering. And try and do the brushing up and down, because then it gives a nice effect, like bark on the tree. So I'll carry on and cover all this and come back. There's the first layer of acrylic chalk on. I'll leave that to dry now for a couple of hours, and then I'll come back and add another layer, slowly building up the coverage on the branches so you won't be able to see any of the copper wires. There's the frame of the tree. It's been sprayed up with some Humbrol acrylic spray, brown. Now I'm going to go and cut up some of the seafoam, attach it to the branches and see how it looks. Now looking at the frame as it is now, I think these branches are a bit out of proportion and they're not as smooth as they could be. So I'll probably may cut some of these back as I start adding the seafoam to get the shape of the tree. But this is my first attempt at making a tree, so we'll see how it looks when we get it finished. So I'll carry on now adding the seafoam. I've trimmed down the branches because they were a bit out of proportion. I've put the seafoam on now. I'll let that dry for an hour or two, see how it looks. Then I'll come back and I'll add some flock and leaves to it just to finish it off. The glue's now dry, holding on the seafoam. I was thinking of spraying the whole thing brown, the seafoam, but I quite like the colours that are coming through from the seafoam. I'm hoping that'll look good when we start putting on the other scatter. So we'll start doing that now. So we have blended turf. So this is just a green blend. So what I'm going to do is put it over here. Give it a spray with some hairspray. Spray it on quite liberally. put a couple of pieces of white kitchen towel down, bring it over, and just start sprinkling it on. Give it a couple of taps, so the excess can fall off. And you want to move it away from where you've got the scatter. Move this over. Give it another spray. You don't want to spray the hairspray where you've got the scatter, because it'll just end up clumpy and you won't be able to reuse it. So I'll bring that back over again. And you want to do it from a few different angles. Give it a shake off. There you can see with the yellowy brown of the sea foam coming through as well, it gives quite a nice effect. So I'll clear this up now, and then we'll come back and we'll put some of the Gauge Master leaves on as well to see how that looks. So more hairspray. You want to get it at all angles. Always best to do this in a well ventilated room, because this stuff is quite stinky. And we have the leaves, which you can see are a brighter green, and we're going to just sprinkle some of them on. And it just gives a contrasting colour. And again, some different angles. Try your best not to get any onto the trunk. Oh, I lost a bit of sea foam. But there now you have the contrasting colours of the different greens. Again, fix it in place. There we go, and there's our tree. I think for our first attempt, it hasn't turned out too badly. It looks like a tree. I think that'll look nice on the layout. I like how this branch coming up here where I've cut it off, it actually looks like it's broken in the wind. And it's just a matter of cleaning this off. Now when I've put the filler on here, I've purposely brought it out on here so it looks like roots coming out of the base of the tree. So when you put it into the landscape, it looks, you can fit it in better. There's the completed tree. I don't think it looks too bad. I'll be putting this on the 6x4 layout that's on in the museum. So if you've got any comments or questions, leave them down below. I've learnt a few lessons from doing this, so I hope you guys have as well. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.